Hi guys, and welcome to my first YouTube video after about 5-6 years, not too long. Standard me not finishing anything that I do. I want to be a YouTuber now. I want to switch it up from just tutorials because I actually just enjoy talking absolute shit. What better platform to do it on? I do have a bit of a cold, so please don't mind me if I'm a bit nasally. Today's video is going to be me reading out these Am I the Arsehole Reddit posts, but makeup artist edition. I watch a lot of Charlotte Dobre, and I think that's how you pronounce her last name, and I absolutely love her. I was just very much inspired by her to do this series. Let's get into the first one. Am I the arsehole for not paying a parking ticket for my makeup artist? So for context, I got married a few months ago and hired two amazing makeup artists to come do our bridal party glam. They were great, everything was great. However, I did inform them the morning of that they will need to pay for parking, but I can reimburse them. I only told one of them as they travelled together and the other was driving. A week later, I received a DM of them asking me to pay for a $105 parking ticket, and I told them I'm not paying for it as I advised that it is paid parking. As I advised them it is a paid parking area, and the $105 far exceeded the amount if they had just paid for parking in the first place, which would have come to around $35. I can't believe I've asked you to pay for that parking ticket. Like, why on earth would it be your responsibility to pay for that parking ticket when you've offered to pay for it in the first place? I don't even ask my friends to pay for a parking ticket. Oh my god, my eye. Don't ask them to cover a parking ticket if we're together. Like, why would you? It's your car. You've broken the car parking policy. Why on earth would it be anyone else to pay for that ticket? Make it make sense, please. Which wasn't deducted from the full amount. That part I knew when booking. Well, I think your first red flag should be, why on earth are you paying $200 for a deposit that's not going towards the total? I genuinely do not understand when people do this. I just feel like it's such a scam. Why would that not go towards the booking? What is that $200 for? What is it for? If you're someone who charges a fee that's not a deposit, let me know what it's actually for. To me, it just sounds like they want a deposit, but they know they're going to spend it and they still want the full amount on the day. These are the people that give makeup artists a bad name, but I really don't want to pay the parking ticket. You do not have to pay that parking ticket. Don't you pay that parking ticket. They are now blasting me on social media and I'm feeling pressured to pay for it. So am I the arsehole for refusing? No, you are not the arsehole. I can't believe they have the audacity to blast you on social media. What can they even say? This client didn't pay for my parking ticket. The lights are on but no one's home. What the fuck? People are crazy. First of all, I actually respect that you went out of your way to inform the makeup artist that they would need to pay for parking, because the amount of times I've turned up to a venue or like a hotel and realise that I've got to pay quite a lot for parking. If there's not parking and I need to park in the city centre or something, it can get really expensive. The other day I had to pay £36 for 6 hours of parking, and if I'd have known that it was going to be that much, then I would have probably added it onto my travel fee. So I actually respect that you told them and that you actually reimbursed them, because you didn't really have to do that. Not the arsehole. See what some comments say. Okay, so she was voted not the arsehole. Not the arsehole. Offer them the original $35. I'm not being funny, but if you're blasting me on social media, I am not sending you the parking. You would not be getting a single penny off me. Okay, she's got a good point. Not the arsehole. And I think that they are harming themselves more than they're harming you by taking this to social media. I would never hire someone who called out a customer online by name for any reason, or someone who expected their customer to pay for a parking ticket. That's on them. You didn't park their car. So true. I feel like if they're calling you out on social media like that, then it is going to put people off booking. Like, unless someone's literally not paying for a service, I wouldn't blast any of my clients on socials, because like she says, it just makes you look worse. Crazy. On to the next. Am I the arsehole for charging a bride for makeup when the OG price we agreed was lower? This is going to be a controversial one. I can feel it. I've been a makeup artist for the past 9 years. I charge $500 for bridal makeup, around $250 for bridesmaids, etc. makeup. But for regular party makeup, I charge around $150. $150 is still high for regular makeup, but I think this is in America anyways, or Australia. So it's going to be a lot higher than the UK. So a few weeks ago, a lady had booked me for a bridal party on June 25th. She booked at 10 a.m. I went there thinking I'd do regular party makeup. I had agreed $150 with her. I just know where this is going. As I was there were some people coming over, I assume relatives. At some point, it slips from a woman about the wedding, and I realise the woman I'm doing makeup on is the bride. This has happened to me so many times. I'm doing a bridal makeup, charging for simple party makeup. I was completely pissed about how she lied about the occasion, but I kept doing my job. After we were finished, she gave me $150 and I notified her that we were actually $350 short. She asked me what I meant by that and I said that I did bridal makeup. You're the bride, that's what I charge for brides. She said that we had agreed on a simple party makeup and that I'm basically ripping her off because I work the same amount of time and use the same products as I'd use on a bridal makeup, so the title of the event shouldn't matter. I told her she doesn't get to dictate how I form my prices, then she refused to pay me at all and called me a scammer and told me to get out. Before I left, her mum threw $200 on my face and told me to get lost. I died. I was telling what happened to my friends and they all sided with the bride and said that unless I used more expensive products and did extra labour, I'm not justified in charging her more. Since she requested party makeup, I should just charge her that. Am I the arsehole? So I think I have quite a controversial opinion on this, and I don't know if it's just because I'm a working makeup artist, so I totally get it, and I've had this situation happen to me, whether they've come to mine or if I've gone to them. I just find it disrespectful. Well, actually, I have a story to tell. In the first year of my makeup career, I had someone come to the studio. She booked in for normal makeup, fine, cool, and then whilst I was doing her makeup, she was being extremely picky. Very, very picky. To the point where I ran over 45 minutes and my client was sat there. She was changing things. She was being super picky, which is totally fine. I'm going to change the stuff. But it actually turned out to be her wedding, which is why she was so picky. And I was like way too scared to say anything, so I just let it slide. Yeah, if you're getting married, you want your makeup to be extra good and you need that extra time. So she inconvenienced me and disrespected me by booking a party glam and then took the absolute piss with making sure everything was absolutely perfect. Which my makeup, like back then, I wasn't as experienced. Like, it was still good, but like if you want that extra time and you want to nitpick absolutely everything, then you need to pay the extra for bridal. That inconvenienced my whole day and put me 45 minutes to an hour behind because she didn't just book for the right service. It's just a piss take. Like, it's not just about I'm using expensive products or it's a bit more time. Personally, I charge a lot more for bridal makeup because I actually get to charge what I'm worth. I mean, I don't do normal appointments anymore. I don't do party glams anymore, so I don't have this issue. I knew that my makeup and my worth was worth a lot more than 50 quid. And that might sound crazy to people that and not into makeup and like don't get the makeup done. I was devaluing myself so much just by offering party glam. Me doing brides, I actually get to charge what I'm worth, and £350 is what I charge, and that is still below what other people on my level are charging. At the end of the day, I'm not going to charge 50 quid for makeup, for bridal makeup, when everyone else is charging like up to £1,000. Why would I do that? I'm devaluing myself. It makes my business look shit, and it's simply just the way it is. Bridal makeup is expensive. If you don't want to pay it, go to someone cheaper or do it yourself. Like, if you don't find bridal makeup that valuable, then why are you booking it? If you don't think it's that important, then why are you booking it? Go do it yourself. Just because you don't agree with the price of the glam doesn't mean that you can deceive your makeup artist and try to scam her out of her actual price. There's plenty of people that are charging less than $500 for makeup, so why don't you just go to them? I'm not going to go to them though because you like how good her work is, so pay her price. Oh, it gets on my nerves. I think the makeup artist handled it really bad because waiting until you're done and being like, oh, with your £350 short, that's a really shitty way of actually like dealing with that situation. If I was in that situation and I actually wanted to say something, then I would probably say, oh, I didn't realise it was your wedding, like this is my bridal price, let me know if you're still happy to continue. Maybe even like try meet in the middle. Like you shouldn't have to, but at the end of the day, you're there now, what can you do? When I've been in those situations and I realise it's their wedding day whilst I'm there, like I just leave it, because it doesn't happen very often. I just think it's not worth the hassle. The absolute audacity of the client to call her a scammer though. Baby, you're not the one that literally just lied to try and get a cheaper appointment and you're calling her the scammer. She's not a scammer, she's just charging what she wants to charge. There's people that charge way more than $500. Way more. If you don't want to spend money, don't get fucking married to a fucking registry office. Anyways, let's have a look at the comments, because I know that people are going to be agreeing with the client. Actually voted the arsehole. So apparently the original poster stated the only difference in the makeup is the setting spray. So she's just let herself down by saying that, because now everyone on Reddit is going to be like, well, you can't upcharge 350 quid for a setting spray. She kind of like dug her own grave a bit there, because for me, it's not about the setting spray. You're the arsehole and a scammer. £350 for setting spray, ridiculous. See, people now just think it's about the setting spray. It's not about setting spray. You're the arsehole. You gave her party makeup and tried to charge her $500 when you found out she was a bride. What changed in those few minutes, lol? And what the fuck, £500 for some makeup? See, this is like where it annoys me. It's the biggest day of your life. Let's be real. If your makeup looks shit on your wedding day, you're gonna have a shit day. It's like anything, like when you're having a bad makeup day, you don't feel confident in yourself. You feel like a piece of shit. Yeah, people might think $500 for makeup is a lot, and it is a lot. I can appreciate it's a lot of money. It's just the way it is. Over the years, this is just what it's built up to be. Venues charge more because it's a wedding. Like, you could hire the same place for a birthday party and it would be considerably less. You can't blame this makeup artist for charging that, but it just is what it is. You don't have to pay $500 for makeup, but some people do. Some people pay double that. Like, there's more to the service. Like, when I go to weddings, I'm not just doing makeup. I'm helping with hair, I'm helping with nails, I'm looking after the kids, I'm filming content for them. It's not just about the makeup. Am I the arsehole for writing a negative review about my hair and makeup for my wedding? See. This is actually on behalf of my wife for something that happened on our wedding day, but she doesn't have Reddit and is feeling torn up about it. So my wife, female 24, wrote a negative 3 out of 5 star review for a hair and makeup place. To be fair, 3 out of 5 is not that bad. It was the morning of our wedding and she was in the hotel with her bridesmaids getting the hair and makeup done. One of the women doing the makeup began to throw up in the bathroom, not on anyone. Love how you had to state that it wasn't on anyone. That would have been traumatic if it was on a client. If anyone has a story about that, please put it in the comments, because I pray that that has never happened to anyone. Over the course of the morning, she threw up like 4 to 5 times and then continued to do hair and makeup without excusing herself or anything. Didn't mention it. Didn't ask the other salon girl to take over the rest of the girls. Unless you're pregnant, do not come over me with your stinky vomit breath, because I don't want your bug. The bridal party had no choice but to proceed with getting their hair and makeup done. There's no way they could find anyone to do it in time for the wedding for that afternoon. Yeah, there's absolutely no way in hell you're finding a replacement. The bridal party, including my wife, asked the salon to tell front desk to send someone to clean the bathroom after they were done, because she was the one that threw up. From what I understand, the woman got it all in the toilet, but it still reeked of vomit. That's disgusting. Salon people said, no, we don't do that. Don't do what? You're not just asking reception to like send someone to clean the bathroom. If that was me, I would be absolutely mortified, doing the absolute most to make sure that they didn't feel like uncomfortable. I'd be given an explanation at least. It's very odd. Wife didn't really put up a huge fight because there was a million other things to worry about on her wedding day, but decided after the wedding to write a negative review for the overall experience. Yeah, the last thing you want to worry about is your makeup artist being ill. The chaos on a wedding day is already a lot. My God. I bet she was fuming though. And it just like is not the vibe. You don't want to be smelling other people's vomit on the day of your wedding day when you're getting married. That is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. She made sure to mention in the review that they loved the hair and makeup, but it was a bad service because of the whole vomiting situation. Like I said, she rated them 3 out of 5 stars. And 3 out of 5 stars for that is actually not bad at all. And the fact that she actually said she liked the hair and makeup is very generous of her. The woman who owns the salon sends her this novella of an email saying how she wished she had emailed her directly rather than a negative review. She said that she hoped her small business could withstand it. If you're that bothered about a negative review, then maybe you should like resolve it on the day instead of like letting it get to the point where she feels like she needs to do a review. Okay, just food for thought. Now my wife is distraught because she thought she gave them a fair review and now she feels guilty about what the owner said. Babes, don't feel guilty. You had a bad experience and that's fine. And I think that if your makeup artist is throwing up randomly like 5 times on your wedding day with no explanation and leaving it smelling of sick and no one's like coming to clean it, then you have every right to leave a review. And you was nice about it anyway. I told her that's why she wrote you the email to guilt you into taking the review down. I'm of the opinion that what she wrote was fine and the owner just cares about what other people are going to think when they see the review. But I'm a little too close to the situation, so I wanted to get the feedback. If the overwhelming opinion is that we take down the review, I'm definitely open to it. Are we the assholes? We have some more information. More info because I think it's relevant. There's no reason for us to believe that she was pregnant and just had morning sickness. See, that was my first thought, like maybe she's pregnant because I've had clients that are pregnant and they've had to like run out to be sick, like it does just come out of nowhere. She wasn't showing. She also never mentioned that she was pregnant. Yeah, because like if you was throwing up and you was pregnant, you'd be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I've got really bad morning sickness. The owner also never mentioned that she was pregnant in her email, so I suspect this woman was either sick, hungover, or had some sort of nausea problem. I really doubt she had a nausea problem because, like, again, you would tell someone that, like, if you actually had a medical condition that made you really nauseous to the point of being sick multiple times, then I feel like you would tell your client that. And if she was sick, that's also really wrong because they also just said that this was in COVID times and obviously people were really scared and like obviously didn't want to be around sick people in COVID. So that's just really selfish. And also these people are probably going on the honeymoon like next week. You're going to make them ill. For what? And then being hungover as well. I feel like being hungover is probably the most realistic excuse as to why she was sick that many times and didn't say anything, because I feel like if you were hungover and you was being sick and you're supposed to remain professional, you'd probably be like, oh shit, I don't want to tell anyone. I don't know. I don't really agree with like going out and then having clients. I just think clients have paid a lot of money for a good service, and if you're hungover and throwing up and stuff, like, well, you're not able to give the best service, clearly, are you, judging by this person's experience? That's something I feel quite strongly about. So she's voted not that arsehole, which I didn't think she was. Like, definitely not the arsehole, babes. That is the end of this video. Let me know if you want to see more. I really want to do reaction videos to my old YouTube videos, so try refrain from watching them until I actually do a review. But yeah, hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next one.